In the vast expanse of the universe, on the planet of Zyphoria, a skilled engineer named Kira was known for her innovative designs and deep curiosity. Zyphoria was a planet rich in resources and technology, but its people were complacent, relying on ancient technologies rather than exploring new horizons. Kira, however, believed in the potential of her world and often dreamt of a greater purpose beyond her planet's atmosphere. One day, while scouring the abandoned ruins of an ancient Zyphorian city, Kira stumbled upon a strange artifact. It glowed with an otherworldly light and hummed softly, beckoning her closer. Intrigued, she reached out, and the moment her fingers touched the surface, a surge of energy coursed through her, awakening something deep within her mind. Suddenly, vivid images flashed before her eyes, battleships soaring through the stars, humans fighting against overwhelming odds, and a resilient spirit that could not be crushed. Kira gasped, feeling a connection to these beings she had never met. The vision spoke of a conflict far greater than anything she had experienced, one that could change the course of history. Determined to learn more, Kira rushed back to her workshop. She began to analyze the artifact, uncovering fragments of human technology interwoven with ancient Zyphorian designs. It was clear that humans had once played a significant role in this galaxy, their ingenuity and determination leaving an indelible mark. Kira felt a stirring in her heart. She wanted to connect with these humans. With the knowledge gained from the artifact, Kira proposed an ambitious plan to her fellow engineers, to build a warship that could traverse the galaxy. Her peers were skeptical, but Kira's passion was infectious. Slowly, they began to rally around her vision, united by a shared desire to explore the stars. The construction of the ship named the Horizon was a monumental task. Kira worked tirelessly, coordinating efforts, solving technical problems, and inspiring her team. As the ship took shape, they infused it with both Zyphorian technology and the remnants of human design they had deciphered. The ship's hull gleamed under the Zyphorian sun, a testament to their hard work and determination. Finally, after months of labor, the Horizon was ready for its maiden voyage. Kira stood on the bridge, her heart pounding with excitement and trepidation. She initiated the launch sequence, and the ship's engines roared to life, propelling them into the starry sky. As they broke through the atmosphere, Kira felt a sense of freedom wash over her. This was just the beginning. As the Horizon ventured deeper into space, Kira and her crew encountered stunning celestial phenomena, vibrant nebulae, swirling gas giants, and distant star systems. Each discovery filled them with awe and wonder. But amidst the beauty, Kira's thoughts lingered on the humans she had glimpsed in her visions. Where were they now? What struggles did they face? Days turned into weeks as they charted a course through the galaxy. One fateful day, their scanners picked up an unusual signal coming from a nearby system. It was a distressed signal, one that echoed with desperation. Kira's heart raced. Could this be a chance to find the humans? With determination, she set a course for the source of the signal. As they approached, the crew's excitement grew. The sight that met their eyes was both breathtaking and alarming. A massive human warship, heavily damaged and adrift in space, surrounded by wreckage from a fierce battle. Kira ordered the crew to prepare for boarding. They maneuvered the Horizon alongside the warship, and Kira donned her spacesuit, feeling a mixture of fear and exhilaration. As she stepped into the airlock, she could hardly contain her anticipation. The moment she stepped aboard the warship, she was hit with the smell of burnt metal and ozone. The interior was dark and quiet, the only sound being the soft hum of emergency lights. Kira's heart pounded as she ventured deeper into the ship. Suddenly, she heard a voice, faint and weary. "Is anyone there?" A human figure emerged from the shadows. A man named Captain Mason, bruised but alive. His eyes widened in disbelief as he took in Kira's appearance. "You're not one of them," he murmured, his voice barely a whisper. "Whom are you?" Kira introduced herself, explaining the journey of the Horizon and her desire to help. Mason's expression shifted from confusion to hope as he realized that not only was he saved, but he had found an ally. Together, they began to assess the damage to the warship. Mason shared stories of the conflict with the Galactic Council, the relentless battles, and the struggles of humanity. Kira listened intently, her heart swelling with admiration for the resilience of the human spirit. As they worked side by side, Kira and Mason formed a bond of camaraderie and trust. Kira marveled at Mason's leadership and bravery, while he was inspired by her ingenuity and determination. They soon realized that together they could accomplish great things. With the Horizon now housing a human captain and a dedicated crew, Kira and Mason set to work on repairing the warship. They pooled their knowledge, merging Zyphorian technology with human engineering. Their collaboration was a blend of creativity and resilience, a testament to the strength of both their species. As the days passed, the crew learned to communicate effortlessly, sharing techniques and insights. Kira was amazed at how quickly the humans adapted to Zyphorian ways, while Mason was equally impressed by the advanced technology his new allies had developed. One evening, as they gathered in the ship's common area, Mason shared stories of humanity's past victories and defeats. "We've faced overwhelming odds before," he said, his voice steady. "We've been underestimated time and time again, but we always rise to the challenge." Kira nodded, inspired. "We will rise together," she declared. "The Council will not know what hit them when we join forces." As their repairs neared completion, Kira and Mason discussed their next steps. They needed to gather intelligence about the Galactic Council's movements and uncover their plans. Mason suggested they intercept a transmission from the Council's fleet, which was rumored to be searching for the Nexus, an ancient artifact believed to hold immense power. Determined to take the fight to the enemy, they set a course for the nearest Council outpost. As they approached, Kira felt a mix of fear and excitement. This was the moment they would prove the strength of their alliance. They maneuvered the Horizon stealthily, using the advanced cloaking technology Kira had perfected. Inside, tension filled the air as they prepared for the mission. Kira, Mason, and the crew communicated with silent nods and glances, their resolve unshakable. When they reached the outpost, Kira initiated the data extraction sequence. They hacked into the Council's communication network, retrieving crucial information about their fleet's movements and plans. The data revealed the Council's intent to launch a full-scale assault against humanity, determined to seize the Nexus for themselves. Mason's face hardened as he processed the information. "We need to act fast. If we don't warn Earth, it could be too late." With a plan forming in their minds, Kira and Mason knew they had to rally not only the Zyphorians but all of humanity. The time for action was now. Back on the Horizon, Kira and Mason gathered their crew, sharing the intelligence they had gathered. The atmosphere was charged with urgency. "We have to warn Earth and unite our forces," Mason urged, his eyes burning with determination. Kira stepped forward, feeling the weight of leadership settle upon her. "We've seen the strength of humanity firsthand. Together, we can face the Council. We need every ally we can find." With Mason's leadership and Kira's engineering prowess, they crafted a plan to send a distress signal to Earth. The crew worked tirelessly, modifying the Horizon's communication system to broadcast their message across the galaxy. As they prepared to send the signal, Kira felt a deep sense of purpose. The transmission was sent, echoing through the cosmos, calling all who would listen to join their cause. Days turned into an agonizing wait as they monitored for responses. During this time, Kira and Mason grew closer, sharing hopes and dreams amidst the chaos. Finally, they received a response. Earth's forces were gathering, ready to unite with the Zyphorians. Allies from different planets answered the call, each bringing unique strengths to the coalition. The news spread through the crew, igniting hope and determination. But as excitement filled the air, Kira couldn't shake a feeling of dread. The Council would not take their actions lightly. They would retaliate, and soon. As the coalition forces assembled, Kira and Mason faced the daunting task of preparing for battle. The Horizon transformed into a hub of activity, engineers and soldiers working side by side to ensure everything was ready for the confrontation ahead. Mason organized training sessions for the newly arrived troops, combining human tactics with Zyphorian technology. Kira oversaw the modifications of their ships, enhancing shields and weaponry to withstand the Council's assault. Kira found herself deeply inspired by the resilience of the humans. They faced their challenges head-on, unyielding in the face of adversity, each day. As preparations ramped up, the atmosphere aboard the Horizon was electric. The coalition was coming together, a blend of Zyphorian ingenuity and human determination. Kira and Mason moved through the bustling ship, each corner alive with energy and purpose. One evening, they gathered the crew for a strategy meeting in the main conference room. Holographic displays illuminated the darkened space, showcasing the latest intelligence reports on the Galactic Council. The crew listened intently as Mason laid out their battle plan. "The Council's fleet is formidable," Mason began, his voice steady but urgent. "But we have the advantage of surprise. They don't expect a united front from us. Our goal is to disrupt their command and take down their flagship." Kira chimed in, "We'll use the Horizon's cloaking technology to infiltrate their defenses. If we can disable their communication systems, we'll cut them off from reinforcements and give ourselves a fighting chance." As the plan unfolded, Kira felt a wave of determination wash over her. She had gone from a curious engineer on a distant planet to a key player in a rebellion against a powerful enemy. It was surreal, yet exhilarating. After the meeting, Kira and Mason took a moment to reflect on the journey that had brought them together. "I never imagined I'd be leading a fleet into battle," Kira admitted, her eyes glinting with resolve. Mason smiled. "You're not just leading a fleet, you're helping to forge a new alliance. Your people will remember this." As the coalition forces continued their final preparations, Kira took the opportunity to connect with the soldiers and engineers. She learned their stories, their motivations, and their hopes for the future. It deepened her understanding of what they were fighting for, not just survival, but a chance to thrive. Days turned into a tense countdown as the time for battle approached. Kira spent late nights refining systems and ensuring every detail was perfect. The crew's camaraderie grew stronger, forged through shared purpose and mutual respect. Finally, the day arrived. The coalition fleet, a diverse armada of ships, gathered in formation, ready to face the Council. Kira stood on the bridge of the Horizon, her heart racing with anticipation. "This is it," she thought, looking around at her crew, their faces a mix of determination and apprehension. "Let's show them what we're made of," Mason declared, his voice booming with conviction. Kira nodded, her heart swelling with pride. Together, they would fight. The coalition fleet surged forward into the depths of space, the stars blurring past as they approached the Council's stronghold. Kira stood at the helm of the Horizon, her hands gripping the controls, her focus unwavering. Mason and the other commanders coordinated their forces, their voices echoing through the communication channels. "Prepare for engagement," Mason ordered, his tone firm. "We need to maintain formation and stick to the plan." As they entered the vicinity of the Council's flagship, a massive warship loomed before them, its dark hull bristling with weapons. The tension in the air was palpable, the crew holding their breaths as they prepared for the inevitable clash. Suddenly, alarms blared across the horizon. "Incoming fire," shouted one of the crew members. Kira's heart raced as she maneuvered the ship to avoid the barrage. "Evasive action," she commanded, her instincts kicking in. The coalition ships began to engage, firing their weapons in a dazzling display of light and energy. Kira could see the human warships and Zyphorian vessels working together, a synchronized dance of destruction against their common enemy. "Focus fire on their communications array," Mason shouted. Kira targeted the array, her fingers flying over the controls. The Horizon fired a concentrated burst of energy, striking the array and sending it into disarray. "Good hit!" Mason cheered, but Kira knew this was just the beginning. The Council's forces retaliated fiercely, their advanced weaponry raining down on the coalition. Kira's heart pounded as she dodged and weaved, her crew working in perfect harmony to keep the Horizon intact. In the chaos, Kira spotted enemy fighters breaching their formation. "We need to protect our flanks," she yelled, coordinating maneuvers with nearby ships. The crew responded quickly, their training shining through as they defended their allies. Amidst the din of battle, Kira felt a surge of purpose. They were fighting not just for their lives, but for the future of their people. Memories of the visions that had guided her flooded back, filling her with resolve. As the battle raged on, Kira spotted the flagship's core reactor glowing ominously. "That's our target," she declared. "If we take that down, we can cripple their fleet." With Mason's support, they coordinated a strike on the reactor. Kira felt adrenaline coursing through her veins as she piloted the Horizon closer, dodging enemy fire with expert precision. "Now," Mason commanded, and Kira unleashed a powerful energy blast directly at the reactor. The explosion lit up space, illuminating the battlefield in a brilliant flash. Cheers erupted from the crew as they witnessed the flagship falter, its systems failing. The Council's forces began to retreat, their morale shattered. But Kira knew the fight wasn't over yet. "We need to regroup and ensure the Council doesn't recover," she urged. The coalition rallied, forming a protective line around the horizon as they pursued the remaining enemy ships. In the midst of the chaos, Kira caught a glimpse of Mason, his expression fierce and determined. "We're making history," he shouted, and Kira couldn't help but smile. Together, they had turned the tide. As the last of the Council's ships fled into the darkness, Kira felt a wave of triumph wash over her. They had succeeded against the odds, united in their strength and resilience. The victory was not just theirs. It belonged to every soldier, engineer, and ally who had dared to fight for a brighter future. With the battle behind them, Kira looked out at the stars, feeling a profound sense of connection to the universe. They had faced darkness together and emerged victorious. Humanity and Xiphoria would stand united, forging a new path for all. As the remnants of the battle faded into the silence of space, Kira stood on the bridge of the horizon, gazing out at the stars that now felt brighter than ever. The Coalition had achieved the impossible. They had united against the Galactic Council and emerged victorious. But with victory came the responsibility of building a new future. The crew celebrated their hard-fought success, laughter and cheers echoing throughout the ship. Mason joined Kira at the helm, his expression a mix of pride and hope. "We did it," he said, a wide smile breaking across his face. "We really did it." Kira nodded, her heart swelling with emotion. "This is just the beginning. We need to ensure that our alliance grows stronger, not just for ourselves, but for those who couldn't fight beside us." Days passed as they navigated the aftermath of the battle. News of their victory spread across the galaxy, igniting sparks of rebellion in places where hope had seemed lost. The alliance between humans and Xiphorians blossomed, forging a path toward cooperation and understanding among various species. Kira took charge of establishing communication with other alien factions who had suffered under the Council's rule. She organized meetings, sharing knowledge and technology, and encouraging a united front. The future was bright, but it required constant effort to maintain the fragile bonds they had formed. As they ventured deeper into uncharted territories, Kira and Mason discovered hidden worlds and untold stories. They encountered species that had once been enemies, but were now allies in their quest for peace. Each encounter strengthened their resolve and expanded their understanding of what it meant to be part of a galactic community. One quiet night, Kira stood on the observation deck, contemplating the stars. Mason joined her, sensing her introspection. "What are you thinking about?" he asked gently. "I'm thinking about how far we've come," Kira replied, her eyes reflecting the shimmering lights of distant galaxies. "We started this journey as strangers, and now look at us. We've created something truly beautiful." Mason leaned against the railing, a thoughtful expression on his face. "And it's only going to get better. Together, we can inspire change across the galaxy. We're proof that unity is powerful." With the horizon stretching before them, Kira felt a surge of optimism. They had faced insurmountable odds and prevailed. Their journey was far from over, but with each step, they were paving the way for a brighter future. As the horizon soared through the cosmos, Kira knew that they were not just traveling through space. They were building a legacy of courage, creativity, and hope that would resonate for generations to come. And as dawn broke over distant stars, it symbolized the promise of a new beginning, one filled with endless possibilities and adventures yet to unfold.